so what do we got?
I have an idea.
Nothing?
Okay.
All right, I'll start here. All right. So I found this theory, Functional Perspective on Group Decision Making by Randy and Dennis. It's pretty basic. I mean, it just tells the perspective approach that describes different tasks and predicts tasks groups perform and things like that. It's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good, but I got this uncertainty reduction theory. Berger and Calabrese came up with it.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
basically
I heard about this one.
It's describing basically when you meet somebody.
Bros, I have an idea.
You have an idea.
I have an idea.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so in society, divorce rate's really high right now, right?
Right.
Okay, so there's this theory called Genderlect by Tannen. At any point in a relationship, have you been in a fight with a significant other? And an argument turns to this. Followed by this. This is because men and women are from two different cultures.
What you talking about, Louis?
This theory could save so many marriages. We need to get this theory out there.
Let's do it. I like it.
Alright, let's do it. So like Tannen, are men and women two different cultures? Let's get to the bottom of this.
Okay, is it different between religion and culture?
Yeah, China and Japan.
Africa and Europe. Does that count?
Asian, Asian American, African, Caucasian.
Hmong. Chinese, yeah. And African.
Chinese culture, American culture. No, I'm just kidding. Canadian culture, Korean culture. There's so many cultures. They're everywhere. Ah. Oh my gosh, absolutely. Oh, it's like, oh, you're so right. Oh yeah, I think so. Like, okay, so I guess I don't really know how to define culture, but there's so many differences that you could definitely consider the men's way of doing things and being, and I guess traditionally what is a man and what is a woman to be a separate culture, I think.
I don't know, maybe.
Why?
I guess differences in cultures would relate the same to differences in sexes. Like the different interests they have, the way that you go about your everyday lives, so.
What about for you?
I agree.
The way they carry themselves sometimes it could be considered, but I would just consider kind of like your race or your nationality, kind of your culture.
I wouldn't.
Why not?
Well, actually, if it was like an Indian culture, or like, you know, the head thing, that culture, I don't know, Somalian, like, I feel like then maybe yes, because there's so much more like men and women, and they have different beliefs and stuff, but like with an American kind of thing, it's more of, you know,
No.
Why is that?
I believe a culture is a set of, like a group of individuals in a certain area, not certain individuals, men and women, that are different, I suppose.
I don't think it's a culture. I mean, they're different facets of a culture that men participate in more than women and vice versa. But I don't think that you can say, oh yeah, this is a men culture only. Like,
According to the data we just collected, people of society really don't know if men and women are two different cultures. Here is Tannen to help us describe whether or not they are. According to Deborah Tannen, there's 5 different components related to Genderlect Theory. 1. Private speaking versus public speaking. Women have a rapport style of speaking, which means they like to talk to establish and create relationships.
Maybe you're all correct, you know. Men are the enemy.
no, they're not.
But I still love the enemy.
Men have a report speaking style. This means that they command attention and factual information. In other words, get to the point.
You talk too much.
2. Telling a story. Men like to tell jokes and be heroes of their stories.
Mine fell the hardest. Mine are the deadest.
Women talk about hope and needs. They also tend to express their desire for community by telling stories about others.
Yeah, that's right.
No, but look, I have 15 missed calls.
Oh.
15?
15.
Oh, the baby got 15 missed calls.
Yeah, let him wait. That's true.
I'm gonna call him.
Oh, no, you're not. No, you're not. No, don't you dare.
Child, you take your finger off that trigger.
Did he lie to you, Teresa? Did he lie to you?
Yes, he did. So, if you don't want him to do it again, let him feel the pain.
Yeah.
3. Listening. Women are more active listeners. As an example, in a story or an explanation, they hold eye contact, offer head nods, and react with yeah, uh-huh, mm-hmm, right, or in other responses that indicate, I'm listening. Men concerned with status, that overt style of active listening means, I agree with you, and so he avoids putting himself in a submissive or a down stance.
Listen to what she is saying and respond. Yes, hi. What's up?
Listen, Albert, right? People don't usually talk to me like that, okay? Let me rephrase that. People never talk to me like that. I guess it's kind of scary.
Good job.
Women ask questions to establish a connection with others. Even a 5-minute stop at a gas station to check the best route to New York can create a sense of community. When women state their opinions, they often tag themselves with a question at the end of a sentence. Tagging questions soften the string of potential disagreement that might drive people apart. They are also invitations to participate in open, friendly dialogue. But to men, they make the speakers seem wishy-washy. Women almost always seek more information. Men think that asking questions is admitting defeat. Every admission of ignorance whittles away at the image of self-sufficiency that is so important for a man. Do you think this is why men never ask for directions?
Hey, can you tell me?
Tannen states that they don't ask for directions because they don't want to feel inadequate or weak. 5. Conflict. To most women, conflict is a threat to connection, to be avoided at all costs. Men see life as a contest. They are more comfortable with conflict, and they are therefore less likely to hold themselves in check. Tannen states that men have an early warning system that's geared to detect signs that they are being told what to do.
Have good taste.
You know, it's funny. We started out like this, Ellen and I. We had blank walls, we hung things, we picked out tiles together. Then you know what happens? 6 years later, you find yourself singing Surrey with a fringe on top in front of Ira!
Do we have to talk about this right now?
Yes, I think that right now actually is the perfect time to talk about this because I want our friends to benefit from the wisdom of my experience. Right now, everything is great. Everyone is happy. Everyone is in love. And that's wonderful. But you got to know that sooner or later, you're going to be screaming at each other about who's going to get this dish. This $8 dish will cost you $1,000 in phone calls to the legal firm of That's Mine, This Is Yours.
Harry.
Please. Jess, Marie, do me a favor for your own good. Put your name in your books right now before they get mixed up and you don't know whose is whose. Because someday, believe it or not, you'll go 15 rounds over who's going to get this coffee table. This stupid, wagon wheel, Roy Rogers garage sale coffee table.
I thought you liked it.
I was being nice!
Hey everybody, this is Jess Taplin reporting to you on the Genderlect Theory by Deborah Tannen. In the first clip, did you realize that I had to state the word bro in order to get the men's attention? This was done so to show you the 5 components Tannen states if men could learn to communicate more feminine and women could learn to communicate more masculine, the relationships would become a lot closer, and the fix of these relationships could lead to a decrease in divorce rate. What do you think?
And that's all, folks.